Hey everybody, Kenny here. Welcome back to our Affliction League playthrough. Before we get started, if I've done my job, then you should be seeing some footage that I captured in between sessions. These are of the Morrigan boss that is part of the Primalist quest chain. And I think this other one that you're seeing is part of the Warden's quest chain, and I'm just assuming this because these look like Trent enemies. So if that ends up being the case, then these are the things you're looking for in the case that you're trying to move the Warden or Primalist quest forward. So for the Morrigan, you're looking for that like bramble arena thing, and for that crazy channeling thing that was going on, like you're looking for like a red hued like lighting effect, kind of like brushing against the outer layer there. Yeah, so out of the way, let's get back to the session. So CR Dashlin is level 61 now. That's as far as I was able to get before the League mechanic was no longer available in the Brine King's Reef, which is the highest level area in Act 6. I've almost finished the quest for the Primalist. I'm maybe 60 away from finishing. Yeah, so as always, we're going to be starting by talking to all of the NPCs. So if you're not interested in the lore, this is your cue to start fast forwarding.
Judging by that rather curious ship and its errant captain, I imagine you had rather an interesting voyage here. Now, Inquisitor Maligaro, we must have his soul. He has most certainly returned to his old haunt, yet his manifestations are like wisps on the wind. There one moment, gone the next. While I am familiar with the phantasmal trails and tributaries that filigree this reality, Maligaro's exact whereabouts eludes me. You should speak with these desperates who cling to this broken bridge, that young Templar scholar in particular. Their mundane knowledge must provide where my enlightened sapiens cannot. There was a time before the beast, bathed in the shadows of lost memory, when men and women like you could ascend. Through rareness of quality and the adoration of their people, these few could reach out into the quickening mists of immortality and grasp the power of godhood. Mind you, transcendence is never easy. Like the pains of childbirth, it reeks of agony, tragedy, and sacrifice. The sacrifice most often being of one's humanity. That is simply the way of it. Those of us who seek the immortal throne live long enough to see ourselves become truly monstrous. Goodbye.
What'll I do now? This here broken bridge speaks to me some. A fair place to rest my old bones for a bit. And tell you what, with all this sunlight and fresh air, I can feel the calling forth of the poetic muse beneath me trousers. Been a long time since I felt this here compass point in any direction. Now, speaking of navigations and the like, a long time ago, I had me a nice collection of riches stuffed away in a lockbox. Being the stupid ass that I am, I buried the thing one eve when I was high in my cups. Can't for the death of me remember where except I knew it was near this broken bridge. The box has a silver locket in it. It holds the portrait of my late wife, Meredith. It's the last thing I have in this world to remember her by. If you happen across across me lockbox in your travels, I'd be appreciating of its return. It's a bit of an embarrassing affair, truth be told. Thought I could return to the golden days, you know. Be a terror of the high seas like in me youth. Problem was, they'd all forgotten me. Those young blighters sailing about, they had no clue who I even were. Figured if I could complete another great feat, like slaying that sea bitch Mervale, maybe that'd earn me my respect back. Suppose I don't need to tell you, that girl is stronger than she looks. All it took were one slip of the old hands, and next I knew, the Black Crest wrecked against the coast, and I'm getting myself eaten alive by that hag. Peeled each separate muscle from my bones, she did. I tell you, it weren't pretty. I know Lily be missing me something great, and it cuts me deep not to go visit the lass. Thing is, I reckon she should remember me as I was, not retch at the sight of the spectre I be now. Let the legend live on in her mind, I say. Think of the worst place ye can imagine. That's Pondium. Now think of the gods be damned best whorehouse you've ever had the pleasure of. That's Pondium. A pirate paradise full of bodies to stab, holes to fill, and devious liquor to imbibe. Brine rots control the whole island and make sure it lives up to the lowest of expectations. Can't imagine much has changed since I was there last. Still, it's a good place to swashbuckle and make love to a bawdy, buxom bunter out back of a boozy bar. Them brine rods be a nasty bunch. Led by me very own flesh and blood, me baby sister Lucy. The rot mother, they call her now. Used to be that I were their leader, back when the brine rots were about one thing, and one thing only, raiding, pillaging, and plundering their scrawny black guts out. Old Lucy were me first mate, for years. But she got her whiff of the power that being captain could gain her, and mutineered me own sister. Dropped me on some deserted island off the coast of somewhere. The bitch. Took months to make it back to the mainland. That brine rot clan's been trouble ever since. Used to have some good old-fashioned pirate on 'em, and now they're raving mad lunatics out for their next fix of fear and fortune. Here our ways divide.
Ah, yes. You do seem to have a penchant for presenting yourself when times are at their most perplexing. It would seem that our Almighty has forsaken us. False deities from ages past now rise and ravage, while our blessed innocence remains as silent as the stones at my feet. So much for Templar propaganda, eh? Well, I suppose if we are to fend for ourselves, then I should answer your troubling arrival with our own most pressing tribulation. The relic that washed ashore and started all the chaos. It was covered in ancient vowel inscriptions. The symbols were much weathered, making them challenging to translate. Yet I did my best. The inscriptions spoke of the god Ralakesh. If this object somehow housed the spirit of that many-faced monstrosity, then I fear we are all in danger. Ralakesh was renowned for his penchant for subjugation and control. Please, I urge you to destroy this god before his strength and dominance grow insurmountable. Nip this divine threat in the bud, as it were. Our poor friend, Grust, has likely become Ralakesh's avatar in this world, least his recent behavior would indicate as much. If you could see to Grust's passing, Ralikesh will be forced to retreat into the relic. Destroy the relic, and perhaps you will also destroy the god. Yes, Ralikesh, the god of many faces. I read about this god when I looked after the museum in Theopolis. It said he was obsessed with governance, in particular the control of humanity through our base animal instincts. He ruled over the citizens of one unfortunate Val city. Alas, the name escapes me. Yet I do recall that his experiments brought his subjects to the brink of extinction, and that he was forced to enslave many a primitive Asmerian of the time so as to repopulate his domain. Though I shudder at the thought, I can only imagine that Ralikesh has rather similar plans now. It started with a few mumblings in his slumber, then long forays into the wilds, searching for relics of a distinctly arachnid nature. I thought it a natural extension of Silk's eccentric persona at first. Then came the sleepless nights studying those relics, the fevered recitations in broken Valish, the strange 8-phase rituals. Then one night Silk gathered his collection and scuttled off into the darkness without a word. Silk has always been susceptible to fine fictions. Perhaps he has finally shunned reality altogether. A fascinating case that flies in the face of all that is natural. Whalem is undead for sure. Something we have in spades in Rayclust. But a sentient, reasonable ghost? Now that is rare indeed. When we talk, I feel as if I'm staring into the breach, witnessing that which man was not meant to know. I have theorized about what animates the pirate's essence, how he manages to manifest on this earth once again. I think I shall compile my observations and speculations into a book. Yes. Eramir's Elucidations of Undeath. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think? The end of learning is the beginning of death.
Thank the gods. You're no saint, I can see that. Though, who am I to question what form divine providence comes in? I am the great Alva Valai, reliquarian extraordinaire. A seeker of mysteries, explorer of the unknown, lover of all things that glitter, and I need your help. The lost temple of Atsuatl. All.
Oh shit. Now, I updated my drivers, hoping that the new driver that released last week for NVIDIA cards would keep that from happening, but I guess whatever is the source of these crashes is something that do not have any control over.
I believe the secret of its location lies in the Val City, which until very recently was submerged and completely unreachable. But with all that's going on, the city has risen from the depths and, well, it's still completely unreachable. It seems the only way to even get close is across the river, and the only crossing is overrun with bandits. I have a plan that could make both of us unbelievably wealthy, but perhaps one day. Thank the gods. You're no saint, I can see that. Though, who am I to question what form divine providence comes in? I am the great Alva Valai, reliquarian extraordinaire, a seeker of mysteries, explorer of the unknown, lover of all things that glitter, and I need your help. The lost temple of Atsuatl. Halls lined with finery, boxes stuffed with glimmering riches, and relics touched by insurmountable power. The eons lost to history until now. Goodbye.
Turn your back for the barest moment and Rayclast bites you in the proverbial. I imagine that's how you're feeling upon visiting us this time. It's how I feel about now. I'm afraid that the Inquisitor's spirit has indeed returned to the Chamber of Sins. Yet while you won't encounter Meligaro by wandering his halls, I do perhaps know how you can find him. Whilst investigating the Fell Shrine, I learned of the existence of a map, forged by Meligaro from his own viscera. This map allowed him to transfer his spirit into another form of existence, an existential safe house to which he could retreat should death ever attempt to take him. Understanding the map's purpose, Vol tried to destroy it, to no avail, so he locked it away deep within the ruins of Frisia Cathedral. Find that map and place it upon the Reverie device in Meligaro's old laboratory, and when you step over that threshold, expect the very worst. I'm aware that you and Groost had something of a commercial relationship prior to his accident. As is the Asmeri custom, Groost's few possessions have now passed to me. I'm by no means the warrior he was, yet I know my blades and bows well enough. At least it's something I can do to honor his memory, and to keep my mind off things. My poor Groost, a kind man, a strong man. And now, I begged him not to meddle with that relic. It washed ashore after the earthquake, and Groost simply had to know whether it was a danger to us. To me. The unholy thing within that device. It possessed Groost, turned him into a monstrosity. We fled the village, and as I turned back, I saw he was killing them. The stragglers, killing them all, even the children. My Groost is dead. That thing that has stolen his body. Please, destroy it. I didn't think it possible for Silk to grow any more peculiar, but then I've been wrong about so many things since coming to Rayclast that I shouldn't have been at all surprised. Still, it's interesting that his behavior of late has mirrored that of certain Templar zealots I had the dubious pleasure of meeting back in Theopolis. Like them, Silk appeared obsessed with finding answers to this reality in some ethereal realm of divinity. For my part, I prefer to keep faith in this world. The answers that come from beyond are seldom the ones we want. Don't get me wrong, I've witnessed many unsettling things in my lifetime, but a spectral corsair living next door to me? We reside in dark times indeed, when the living need share their quarters with the dead. Journey well.
You arrive. The Great Spirit spoke in my dreams, told me that darkness would again drown our lands, and you, Exile, would walk before the flood. But what is this? You are not alone. A shade, a memory, older even than... No, older than spirit? Fear grips my throat. I shake, but the spirit drapes a warming cloak upon my shoulders. This ancient ghost that follows you, it has the trust of the spirit, and if the spirit trusts, then I trust. My heart weeps for our old home, but what the spirit gives, we must embrace. The spirit, it claims who it needs to, when it needs to. There is no sense in sadness. I watched Silk for many days, scurrying to this old Val stone, scurrying to that old Val ruin, always muttering. He talked and talked and talked, yet I heard no one answer. The spirit warned that I should stay away from him. It pained me. Silk is my friend, yet I must listen to spirit. I go from Silk's side, and now he is gone from mine. I do not know where Silk go, but I see him in dreams. He is caught in great spider web that stretch into darkness. And that spider web, it is full of bones. More bones from more people than I ever see in my life. If you find Silk, please, free him from the web. Don't let him become bones like the rest. Wraith has changed. Once, I knew my place in this world. I knew my place within the spirit. Now, doorways have opened. Doorways I can neither see nor touch, but through which the spiritless ones pass all the same. The spiritless ones must be driven back. Their doors must be closed. May the Great Spirit guide you in your battles against these ancients that mean us nothing but ill. I belong to no one but the Spirit. I have no need for the sweet words and caresses of a ghost. Whalem, he makes me laugh, and he hears the voice of the Spirit. Not in the same way I do. His Spirit speaks of the great waters beyond this land. He pays heed to the Spirit, and the Spirit loves him for it. I do not. It is better to speak to the dead than no one at all. Whalem knows the Spirit, but he will not know me. Be well.
Hello.
Greetings.
There you be. Ina's a pretty young thing, ain't she? Bosoms to eclipse the sun she has. Might be that I spent some time here. Get to know the lass a tad more. Never mind that she's young and alive and I be, old and dead. Once she hears me poetry, that is. Not a girlie alive who won't want for a bit of the old rot tooth once he breaks out the, tongue twisters and word plays. Not that she'd likely hold much interest in an old ghost like me. Still, a man can dream, even a dead one. Ah, that lassie. Pretty on the eyes, I reckon. But she's got her knickers pulled up far too high. Bit uptight, if you ask me. Eramir, though he's a tad dull, tends to ramble on a bit. Still, he's a few interesting stories of his own, so might be worth chewing the fat with from time to time. Always keep your eyes on the horizon.
Greetings. Let us go hunting. This time amongst the ruins of an encampment most familiar to you, once inhabited by your friends, the Asmeri. Ralakish. He's ruthless and cruel with cunning unfathomable, yet he bears one defining weakness, a fear he forged into chains of his own keeping. His is the terror of grasping too much and having it all slip through his fingers. It makes him irrational and therefore vulnerable. Ralakish, the illustrious master of a million faces. I call him the god of hide and seek. While other deities waged wars, spread their seed, and laid waste to whole empires, Ralakish perched on his throne in a dark palace of ebony, choked with incense, blinded by obedience, and deafened by a senseless cacophony of brass gongs. Thankfully, he never had the courage to peek over the high walls he built, else the world might have been in trouble. Farewell.
Greetings.
Greetings.
My help is yours.
Got all of the lore out of the way. So a couple things to do. First, let's check if Helena's got anything. Alright, nothing from Helena.
Keep your life.
Spirit hunts with you. Be well.
Before we head out, I want to go and finally work on these upgrades. Oh, and while I was doing all that grinding, I found my first omen. So omens, again, like there are lots of different ones. This is like they're supposed to do lots of different things. The one I found is the one that creates a town portal when you die. So you can just go right back to the spot that died at. I'm just holding on to that just in case. Let's see. 19 lightning. Okay, first let's do. Has fire. 19 lightning, 22 cold. And this full on suffixes. Yep. Could add more damage to it. That's really all I could do for it. I'll think about it, but for now, what we really need is to make up the defenses. We need to cover cold and lightning. Do that. This, I think, is full on suffixes. Yeah. There's a potential hat upgrade that I found. Yeah, so I could do on that and on that. So do I have an eye that would even make it worthwhile to use that? So no stats. One gives life. This is just damage and taunt. So definitely not that one. Two-handed. Yeah, this one is actually really good for us. Our particular build. Yeah, so let's go and craft on Golden Lightning on my belt and one of those claws. Golden Lightning. Bad roll, but it's okay. Golden lightning. Wow, both of them. All right, so looking at 319 and 2100. And we're overcapped on everything. $61 and 2600. Minor bump. Although I did kind of want, since we're no longer, since we're not really running lightning anymore.
Godslayer, good day.
Do added chaos or decay. I think the decay would give us the most value. Grab that.
Hail, Godslayer.
Oh, served me well. Your time is over. Oh, yeah, where are we defensively? Oh. Actually, under on fire now. And we need to get new gloves. Our lowest were fire and lightning. All right, back to overcapped. Okay. Okay, head on out. Yeah, if anything, I kind of feel like updating my graphics drivers, and I did a full clean install on those. I feel like updating my graphics drivers, if anything, actually made the performance worse.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Once I get a good pair of gloves, then I can go and add that helmet. And while it looks cool, I'm gonna go and turn off that death animation thing. If it's participating in our performance issues, then I don't want it. Oh, this is a level 50 area also. Yep. Let's just rush to the crossroads then. I need the level 51 area in order to get another wildwood to show up. What is it that I'm doing wrong? I did install the NVIDIA experience. Maybe that's what's causing this. Like it's doing all kinds of background shenanigans that slowing everything down. Good lord. I mean, it's the crossroads, man. Like one of the smallest areas in this whole act. Did the game like soft crash? Is that what's happening? Like it's just going to infinitely load. I think that's what's happening. Oh, Alt F4. I really hate that I keep losing my map data. There we go. Alright, so I'm looking for 57 more nameless. Hey, chittering eggs. Cool. Come on, spiders. By the way, like, I was very surprised by the look of the Morrigan. Like, assuming that I included that, you know, those clips in the start of the session. Like, I expected the Morrigan, because, you know, they called it the crow. I expected it to be some kind of bird. The fact that it's like the big, like the big, like, ape kind of enemies with antlers. Just like one of those, just a big one of those. With, like, a crow face. I was very surprised by. What is that? Okay, it's just this. Just that thing. I don't think there's anything scary in the crossroads as far as projectiles go. Didn't find a single nameless in there. Oh, update my decay. Game crashed. Oh man. I didn't even hit the waypoint. Ah. I didn't hit the waypoint. Why is Nvidia such garbage? It's my own fault. Like I got an Nvidia GPU because it kept my map data at least. I got an Nvidia GPU because like many of my personal projects that I'm working on, like I want to create assets for using AI. So in order to train the AI on my on like my assets and like my artwork, then I need to like the only like free one that like I know of, like it only works with video cards. If it wasn't for that, I would have just gotten another game crash again. Crashed again. Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that I want to make like be able to make tile maps faster using AI, then I would have just gone with an AMD card. I always liked my AMD card. It lasted me for a very long time. I had that card for over 8 years. Yeah, because in developing a game entirely on your own, you need all the shortcuts you can get, especially when you don't have a lot of time for development. Alright, we are getting this waypoint. Alright. If it crashes, we don't have to run over here again. It's just that these gloves are so perfect for my build. They're so damn perfect. Like any gloves that I try to get to replace them, like need to be immaculate. They need to be like perfect. Down as a suffix. Doesn't. Only a tiny amount of fire, though. Fire cold. But using... I'd be giving up attack speed, spell suppress, life, and stun and block chance. They're just such good gloves. They're so good. I'm not sure if I've seen that amulet before.
I'm not up to that just yet.
I think that ring is new too. I mean, new as in, you know, unique that I haven't seen before. Okay, we got that. Head to Fell Shrine. Oh, Reign of Chaos. Nice. Oh, where'd you come from? Three Reign of Chaos. Nice. It is raining indeed. Now let's go empty up. We're heading to Fell Shrine. That's pretty good. Jeez. I mean, it might be an immediate upgrade for that. Blood Soaked Medallion. Increase crit chance, max life, chaos resistance, and every 10 seconds gain 2% of life per enemy hit with attacks for 5 seconds. Gain 5% of life per enemy killed for 5 seconds. So every 10 seconds you get both, or does it alternate? Not sure. Because 2% of life per enemy hit with attacks, that's really good. Moko's Embrace. Fire and cold resist. Large amount of attack and cast speed while ignited. Increased chance to be ignited. All damage taken from hits can ignite you. Interesting. I have no interest in using that, but that is interesting.
Go with the spirit.
When I was part of Piety's expedition into the Chamber of Sins, I stumbled upon a secret passage. It appears to have been constructed by the Inquisitor for the purpose of conveying his creations from his laboratory via an ancient cave system to the surrounding countryside without detection. These caves seem to feed out into what was once farmland near our former village. It may prove a useful route for you, although the passage was locked when I last stood before it. Let us hope that the key remains somewhere nearby. Farewell.
Me locket! Oh, me darling, me beautiful Meredith. How I miss your shuddering bosoms, your quivering thighs. She had a heart to melt an iceberg, and teats the size of a... Ooh. Well, anyway, I thank you greatly. Please, whatever else be in that lockbox, take your pick from it. This locket be the only treasure I need.
Back to Fellshine. 29. Back to 100. Been a while. Why do you keep doing this to me? Can't escape it. I can't escape the vivid. Everywhere I turn. More. No, just vivid and wild here. Can you please give me some nameless? I'm so close. It took me so long to build up to this point. I almost missed a rare. Two rares, actually. Now where's the thing? Thought you were supposed to be able to see it from the road. Okay. Not unlocked yet. I thought I needed to unlock it while I was on my way there. Not that I plan on actually doing any,
Hello.
sanctum, but shows up, I want to get it out of the way. Multiplier is a suffix. Interesting. Hmm. There is vivid here. Oh. The minion. What is it the minion of? I guess it was the minion of this. How come there's no other ones? Oh, thank you. Born statue. Okay, so we found the goddess statue, the warring sister statue, and now the worn statue.
Sister, you will never be forgotten.
By the way, I don't think I've said it out loud before, but I have a theory that the Nameless aren't a like the same way that like the Trents are the vivid enemy and cultists are the wild enemy. I don't think the Nameless are the primalist enemy, or I mean, are the primal enemy. Because and yeah, like I was thinking about it, like the like that vendor NPC that we ran into. That was the first time that, the only time that we've run into that guy was when we didn't have and like we weren't following any of the wisp paths. And he was very clearly labeled as a Nameless. But I think the Nameless you only find where the wisps aren't. I mean, or that's the intention.
Fear gnaws at the entrails of the faithful and the faithless alike. Fear of the unknown, fear of the future. An empire requires leadership that can assuage those fears through example, through wisdom, through strength. An emperor lights the way through the darkened caverns of uncertainty.
I'm not up to that just yet.
night falls.
I mean, obviously, like, you know, like with the way that the Wildwood works, you know, like any enemy, you know, any of those enemy types can show up on any of those paths. You know, so, like, I'm just as likely to find Nameless going down the Wild or Vivid paths as I am the Primalist or, I mean, the Primal or, you know, or No Wisp paths. But I think the intention is that you're supposed to find them by going down the paths where there aren't any wisps. I guess it's all the way at the top corner there. There's no way that it's right down here. Yeah. In that corner then. No. What happened? One of my triggers is... No. Well, not trigger, but of my... One of the buttons on my controller isn't working anymore, and it's one of the ones that... It's the one that my, my mark is bound to. That's bad. That's very bad. Gonna have to stick my mark on my dash. Rip dash.
Now that's a strange feeling. Best not touch it again, unless I have to.
Yeah, it's just it kind of... I don't even want to say like indented or anything. It looks normal, but when I try to press it, it doesn't do anything anymore. Like you can hear this one clicking, but the other one does nothing. I'm smacking my finger against it right now, but it does nothing. Roller has served me well. Unfortunately, like, I didn't have the foresight to buy extras of this controller. Like, the Steam controller is the only reason that I can play games like Path of Exile. Like, I'm not mentally cogent enough to be able to, like, use a keyboard to play games like this. Like, when I try, like, my brain gets confused and I always press the wrong things. Especially, like, in, like, tense situations. Very sad.
I imagine it was no easy feat removing that abomination from its tomb. The horrors that must still lurk beneath the fell shrine. Well, I suppose you'll be meeting abominations aplenty where you're going next. Place that map upon Malagaro's reverie device, and remember, hope for the worst. At least then you'll be partially prepared for what's to come.
Oops.
Go with courage.
Have you finally found Danig? Yep. Finally found Danig. No. Why? Do not want to use the GeForce Experience overlay. Stop asking me. Ah. It stole it from me. It stole it from me. The bastards. Yeah, it's just equipment. I don't care. Why hasn't this ended yet? And just a princess, whatever. I may have unused spots so I can... There we go. Yeah, might as well just do this. Same difference. Alright, Danik. Speak your mind.
You're naught but skin and bones, Exile. But you've made it this far. Clearly you must have some talent. Care to lend your skills to a matter of honor? The most powerful artifact in our known tales was brought to this continent by the first expedition thousands of years ago. The songs tell of it incinerating evil, purifying tainted fields, and warding off those of ill intent. We could certainly use a relic like that now, in these troubled times. To find it, we'll have to retrace the steps of those long-ago souls. Only they can tell us the Triskelion Flame's unknown fate. I'll sing of you. Welcome. My quest is to investigate the Knights of the Sun and acquire their relics. I'm willing to trade other less important relics for theirs.
Alright. So, immune to cold. Voice crit. Immune to physical. No, thank you. Rarity. Can it reach here? Can. Get it on the extreme. And go for this guy here. Yeah. Just catch it in there.
Are you sure about that one? It seems risky.
We can't get this and that. Sadly. %300% increased rarity. Although we only have the one chest though. So we have 600% increased rarity, but yeah, we're not catching those in there. Okay, so that gets both of those chests inside.
Seems risky.
Gets both of those chests in there. So now it's worth it. Making sure. Yeah, definitely didn't get the physical one. Alright, so what we got? Well, didn't get anything for us, but is what it is. Up that decay again. Yeah, decay is definitely showing on there. Just being included in the flat chaos? No. Weird. Oh, right. I need to might the RNG gods. By RNG gods, I mean the NVIDIA driver gods. First, let's empty out.
Greetings.
Yeah, the princess.
Keep your life to your own.
New one. So we can go into Wildwood. And of course it's... Oh, wait. Wild this way. Not wild. Primal. Okay. Got at least one nameless in here. Nice. Now the hat and the wand have potential, the axe does not. Yes. Yeah. I'm not ready to talk to you yet. I know I finished one of your quests, but I still need more Nameless to finish your first quest. Alright. Done that. Go back here. We already cleared the way. Just needed to write those scale. Another Reign of Chaos. Very cool.
The legacy of evil men continues to plague Wraith.
Shrine here. Yeah, that's just fungals. Oh, no. There's Nameless in here, too. Good. Yes. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, just 26 left. You can do it. Believe in you. Might do it. I did it. Yes. We are free. We are free. Catch it. I did. The YouTube channel Outside Extra posted a I don't want to call it an impressions video because it was basically just like an advertisement thing for the new footage for Bloodlines 2, the Vampire the Masquerade somewhat sequel, and it actually looks pretty good. But I think that like they would be like not Outside Extra, but I think that like the Chinese room would
I'm not up to that just yet.
be doing themselves a major favor if they change the name of the game. Like it should be called like, I don't know, Vampire the Masquerade Elderfall or something like that. Like, you know, like it shouldn't be called Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 because that creates expectations that it's like Bloodlines 1, but it's nothing like Bloodlines 1. Like, you know, like you don't create your own vampire, it's not an open world game. Like, I'm not saying that like what they're making looks bad. I'm saying that, you know, it doesn't look like it's the same kind of game. It looks like the only thing that Bloodlines and Bloodlines 2 have in common is that, you know, they're based in the vampire, you know, in the world of darkness, you know. Aside from that, you know, they are completely different. Yeah, because it definitely feels like it has like more in common with if you ever played Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, it feels like it has more in common with that than it does Bloodlines. Except that in Bloodlines 2, you do get to choose your clan. It's just that, you know, the only thing that your clan plays into the game is that, you know, it determines the power set of the character that you're playing as. You know, but it's a named character. Basically, like it's the Mass Effect of Vampire the Masquerade games is the way I'm seeing it. Lost that point again. Still didn't get it back.
Hello to you, great dreamer.
What's up, Silk? Crazy, man. What level is that gem? 13. And once it gets to 15, it's going to be... Yeah, like anything past 15 is just too... like mana heavy. And so if I can't keep up... I do have an accuracy cluster right here. Could also get me some more resistances. Might be worth it to go grab those. I know that, like like a 1% chance to miss. Like that's basically saying that I have a 100% chance to hit evasive enemies. But like I'm a Final Fantasy Tactics player, like to the core of my being, and that game taught me that anything less than 100% is the same thing as being 50%.
We have woven a tale together in days past. Perhaps we shall again. We make mighty stories, you and I. And now I have daunting task before me, the last in my great journey. Near to us, cast in shadow, a monster awaits. Black Death is his name. A beauteous eight-leg, twisted grotesque by the master of these loathsome halls. I wish to give this eight-leg the merciful peace he deserves, and to save what is still beautiful, the elixir that only Black Death can make. Please, will you find him? Kill this Black Death. Take the eight-leg's venom for me. I may be fearsome warrior, but Black Death's master has made him into a thing more monstrous than even I can best. Who knows? Perhaps Black Death is too strong even for you. I have climbed the great eight-leg web. I know the eight legs like no other. This eight-leg, this Black Death, is one of the oldest and most fearsome eight-legs in all this land and beyond. To its shame, it was made pet, plaything by the malicious master of this place. For years countless, it grew in pain. Pain is all it knows, all it can understand, all it can give. End Black Death's pain, for all and once. My great journey led me to places of great power beyond even your story's great dreamer. I am carried on legs and webs and shadows. That is all you can know for now.
By the way, I'm not suggesting that like there's any kind of like morality system in New Bloodlines game. I just mean that, it's like Mass Effect in that it's like Mass Effect in that oops. Wrong thing. That would have been so bad. That would have been so bad. Like, it's like Mass Effect in that the Mass Effect games, like you have your named character who is like, the focal point of the story, and is like, like a very like a someone of like prowess and like I can't think of the word right now, but like when like people like they like they talk about like this person is someone important, like, you know, you're a character like that, and you're the one progressing the story. Whereas in, you know, Bloodlines, you know, you were nobody, and you were like stumbling into the story. You know, of something far above your station, and you know, like, and growing into your power as you went. Which is why, like, you know, like I don't feel like, you know, there's anything similar between the two Bloodlines games, the way that they're being presented currently. Yeah, I mean, this is a trash wand, but like, because of these slots here, I would be willing to chaos it in standard. And this I will definitely like regal, but probably not with this character. Unless I happen to have a regal. Do I happen to have a regal? I do. I have one regal. Might be worth it. And if I craft my resistances onto it now, then you know, I can regal it without worrying about not having an open suffix to add resistances to. Need fire. Oh, that's right. Because it's a magic item, so it actually is full on its prefixes and suffixes. Gotta take the gamble. I'm pretty sure that it's still 1 on anything that's not white. Oh no, it's 2%. Might as well do this then. See what we get. Sudden block recovery. Awesome. That was perfect. Just pure fire. How many alchemies do I have right now? I'm okay on alchemy. Got an alright roll on that. Now I don't have to worry about what slots I have.
Hail God's Slayer. The proper feel of the world. It's absent here.
Okay. Come on, Primal Hunter. Be in this direction. Come on. Nope. I'm glad this guy didn't join the fight when we were fighting the one that was giving me corrupted blood. That would have been bad. That would have been real bad. There are so many directions that have primal wisps. I chose poorly. Not gonna find her. There's no indicator for when I'm going to run into, you know, the exit, but guaranteed it's going to be soon. Yep. And there it was. Oh, it's not down this time. Unless it's around and down. Not around and down. Actually up. So the arena should be right over here. Yep, there it is. Yeah, hopefully nothing too nice drops here. Oh no. Ah. Why? Oh, why? Yeah, at least it gives us the opportunity to clean out our bags.
Greetings. Farewell.
Oh no, it's up. Up, not down. Oh, I thought I turned that off. Did the game crash after I turned it off, so it's still on? I just haven't noticed.
This sanctum is nothing but a scar on nature.
Our brutal construction nears completion, and now only the wretched Dodri Darktongue remains. Unlike her compeers who, in undeath, have yearned for the familiar, Dodri appears drawn to the old wounds of calamity. The cataclysm took some and left much that a parasite like Dodri might enjoy. I shall meet you in Sarn, where I hope you shall make swift and bloody work of that foul hag.
The Black Venom. O great dreamer who has done great deeds. I shall see to it that my queen rewards you with honor and mercy when she rises up to claim what is hers. Yes, this elixir, so aged and potent, shall be life-giving draught that she sips upon first waking. It is my gift to her, my wedding gift. Great dreamer, you will be wrapped in silken finery and made welcome at our wedding feast, guest of honor. And oh, what a feast we all shall enjoy.
Didn't like that.
One less twisted
A message from...
our world. There is still much to be done, but at least we can rest easier in the knowledge that Meligaro and his foul creations will trouble Wraith no longer. Here, I know that you and Groost didn't see eye to eye, but I'm sure he would have wanted to recognize this deed. It's the act of a warrior, after all.
Like, my OBS just gave me a very troubling message, so I'm gonna call it after this. Just to make sure.
Go with courage.
Next time we'll finish up the lore and then go and finish Act 7. Yeah, sorry for all of the technical issues. Wish I could do something about it, but like I've done everything that I know how to do. Nothing seems to be working. Are there gonna be any more crashes before this is done? Anyways, thanks for stopping by and checking me out. Join the playthrough, and I appreciate doing all the YouTube stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, stay Victus, Bye Numeris, and bye.